What's your take on Pauly Shore? Yay or nay?
Love him. He's a victim of the 80s. Provide he
You mean 90s?
yeah, yeah. He's a victim of his decade. Like he was it was along the lines of like Chris Farley, and like Britney Spears of just uh
Too much too soon?
right. Like what they put out in their prime was just golden, but there really just wasn't a healthy environment around them to really help them grow.
It's that time again. Time for the all new Culture Cast, which begins right now. Welcome back, everyone, to the all new Culture Cast. I'm your host, Nick, and with me, as always, is the one, the only.
The Gorehound. Hello.
Hey, Gorehound, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good.
Ready to do some podcasting tonight?
Yeah, get over here. Get over here.
Get over here. That's
Oh,
the way how they need to say it. Please, sir, get over here.
your soul hits mine.
Toasty.
Yes.
But
Uh, Mortal Kombat. Man, this
number
was
two.
a pleasant sight to see on streaming home video.
Yeah, I heard a lot of good things about when it was released in theaters. I remember liking the first one, and we even did a podcast on
Yeah.
it a million years ago, but I remember nothing about it. And you know what? It doesn't matter because you could see this movie and not have seen the first one, and you'd be just fine.
Yeah. I did not do any source review for this viewing. Um and I fit right into it because I've been playing Mortal Kombat since day one. So
I've played Mortal Kombat, but I was never a hardcore fan. Like I never got into the games, so I don't know much about the lore or any of that. So,
yeah, Mortal Kombat 3, Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, when it first came onto Xbox, was my prime time. I think 3 and Deadly Alliance were my most played ones.
that's the vibe I get from the internet when they say about which Mortal Kombat they are the best ones, and usually those are the ones that you typically come up in conversation.
Yeah, because actually we just busted out our Xbox 360. I think that's what I don't know which one the Deadly Alliance was on, but busting out those old consoles are kind of fun because
Hmm.
you look at and see all of the old games that you used to play. And so the last one that I bought on the Xbox before I put it in the attic was SSX, the snowboarding game. And I played it because we had it out, and it is still so much fun. Where
Oh
you
yeah.
can really just it took me a minute of playing to figure out the controls all over again and be right back where I left off. It's these games just had so much runtime for us
Yeah.
when we
Uh,
were there.
um. Yeah. That's true. I like playing as I get older. I don't care as much about newer games. I'm more interested in older games. So like when I've been buying video games, they've been like those retro collections, like the Ninja Turtles collection, the Sonic collection, things like that, because you can play them on the newer systems,
Hmm.
and they're just fun. I like it. My brother-in-law has been showing me all this stuff, and he's a big game guy, and he's been trying to half jokingly push me into buying one of these there's probably a better name for it, I don't know, but it's like a system that has every single like Nintendo game on it that you just plug
Well,
into
is it
your
like a handheld?
it's like a console, so you could also put games in it if you wanted to,
Okay, what's
but
the name?
I don't remember.
Okay.
There's a bunch of them. He if you want to get in a conversation about video games, he'll talk your ear off for like 3 hours because he's just so into all of that.
Right.
And
Yeah, because I also love those emulators and especially the
that's an
homebrew
emulator.
games that people are making
Mm-hmm.
themselves. The independent ones are just so valuable. I remember playing Celeste. Have you heard of Celeste?
Mm-mm.
Celeste is a side-scrolling 8-bit jumping game where
Okay.
you're basically a girl who is basically jumping through a level using a very particular like three move set. So you have to like bounce off walls and whatnot, and you get an extra jump. And I remember playing that when I first got the Switch, and it was such a magical game um, because it's so good. And now I see I was playing a very far end game of this story, Celeste. It was originally born on Pico 8, which is this homebrew emulator type stuff where it's really just made by ordinary people without an entire production company. It's quite amazing to see where just individuals can really take something.
Yeah. But yeah, so he's been pushing me. You should get one. You should get one, and they're pricey if you want to get a good one. And he was telling me like this one's good here, but this one can do this, and that one can do that. So you just gotta weigh your options. Of course, he owns them all because he's
Yeah.
that big into the gaming stuff. But and don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, it is tempting to just have at your fingertips all like the Nintendo games.
Right, because that is a lot more just enticing to people like us, where we don't want to pay $80 for a single game that we really have to be focused into for 40 hours. We really just want to pick up and play.
Yeah, there's something
And
to it, and you know, it's the physical media there that's going away. Sony gives you the privilege of not buying a disc for $100.
yeah, yeah. But this isn't political talk.
That's not political talk, it's game talk. It's politics, not that.
I
Anyway,
mean,
doesn't matter.
physical media is political now.
Everything's political.
Yeah,
Well,
because
let's
right,
talk
yeah.
about not political stuff. Let's talk about more important things. Gorehound, who's your man crush?
Man crush.
Well, what movie are we talking about?
Mortal Kombat 2.
Starring,
Uh, Cole Young.
yeah, that one. Judge Dredd himself, Carl Urban. Uh,
James McCoy, not James McCoy. God, turning my Star Trek card. Leonard McCoy.
no, Carl Urban. I've been a fan of him. I love most of the things that he does. He's
He's great in everything. He really throws himself into whatever role it is.
right, yeah, and like I don't know what he does. It's just that makes him so good. But man, I loved watching him in this. This type of movie is the reason that I bought Dread on DVD is because these are like the action movie of 2026 that I like to watch. They don't have The Rock in it. Um, they're crazy and bonkers, and they really just have a lot of fun with it without just constantly elevating it. So, yes, Carl Urban.
Carl Urban.
Yeah.
All right. So, what's your favorite Carl Urban role?
Uh, I think his Billy Butcher, because
Okay. I've never
I,
watched
I
The Voice.
I haven't I'm not familiar like with like the last season. But part of it is that I just see him in commercials so much and I just love his Billy Butcher accent. I love because when I was watching that show, like I really did appreciate and care for his character. And seeing him still is just like I love to see that he is making it to the final season and that he is still like the lead of that show next to Uh, Superman.
Oh, interesting. Of all the things you reference him being the voice of Superman. I'm assuming you're talking about uh
Homelander.
oh,
The
okay.
yeah, the Superman analogy.
I thought you were talking about who's he was in Scream, he was in I can't think
Henry
of his name.
Cavill.
No, not Henry Cavill. Um he's in The Boys. He plays Huey. I can't think of
Yeah,
his name.
the boy.
Um he voices Superman in a cartoon currently.
Hmm, okay.
So Jack Quaid, that's it,
Yeah,
Jack Quaid.
yeah.
So, alrighty. Well, I got something if you're so interested.
Yes.
Uh
And I can also do a mini yo-yo review.
oh, okay. Do you want to do a yo-yo review?
I would love.
Yo-yo.
All right, here's a seasonal segment of yo-yo review. The Gorehound reviews yo-yos. Um, this is an I yo-yo. Come on,
Okay.
let's get our shit together. Come on, let's do this. Okay, so we do that like oh God, I don't know.
Sunrise.
Yeah, this is an iYo-Yo Sunrise. It's a looping yo-yo. It's very fun. I just replaced the string on this because the string was pretty loose, and this is a looper. And so when you throw it out, you want it to come back real fast. It can stall, but you have to try. Stall meaning like stay at the end. That's the iYo-Yo Sunrise. Check it out. Next one up is the Recess First Base. Clear, pretty.
I like
So
the pink string. I'm not being
yes.
sarcastic. I think it works well with the clear.
Yeah. So this is a boutique brand. Um, Bottom of the rack type. I think it was like 20 or $30, probably 20. But comes with a responsive and an unresponsive bearing, meaning that you can make it more advanced, of which I was getting bored with it, and so I replaced the bearing to make it a little bit more fun. Last one up, this is a shortcut. Yo-Yo Friends shortcut. This is an unresponsive one with a red panda string. This is unresponsive, and this is kind of my perfect yo-yo for doing unresponsive.
What is unresponsive?
Means that you have to bind it when it comes back. So I think that there's like three types of yo-yos. Ones that you just basically throw it and it comes back immediately, like you can't sleep it at all. There's those that can sleep and then you just tug it and it comes back. And then unresponsive, meaning that it doesn't respond to that tug. Unresponsive being you have to bind it up. Basically, you have to wind the string around it while it's spinning to make it come back. It's a more advanced way of yo-yoing.
There's so much about yo-yo culture I just don't know.
Yeah, it's amazing. The yo-yo is one of the funnest things because it's I feel like anybody who puts the amount of time that I put into it can learn it. It's just there's a very direct correlation between how much you play and how much better you get.
Oh yeah, I'd say that's pretty much anything.
Right, like it doesn't matter whether you're doing good or not. Like as long as you practice, you get better in relation to it. It's very interesting because this is a new hobby of mine, and really, I've just been putting in the time. This has been a production by the Gorehound.
Well,
What'd you buy?
let's see. I got here in my continuing glow in the dark Ghostbusters. This came in the mail. My Ecto Glow Classic Ghosts.
That's hot.
I see like the reflection of the screen here. Trying not.
Yeah.
It's of course Slimer, also known as the Green Ghost, and Stay Puffed.
Will these be unboxed?
Perhaps eventually, once I get the whole. There's one more thing that's part of the Ecto Glow set, and then take them all apart at that point, I think. Because
Sure.
uh I if I wasn't going to be able to get the whole set, I was probably just going to sell this all of it off. So that's why I didn't
Yeah.
want to open it yet because I have this one. I got the four guys from last year, and as we've seen in previous episodes, the Ecto one,
Amen.
which I was the last one to get it off the website, but it's since been restocked.
All right.
But currently this is out of stock on the website, but I'm sure more will come in stock eventually. But
Yeah, that's a hot item.
yeah, so there you go. And then I'll figure out something to do with it, place it somewhere. But yeah,
Yeah.
glow in the dark Ghostbuster stuff. Why am I collecting this? I don't know. It just calls to me.
Yeah, you don't need a reason. That's what you
I
want
don't
to
know.
do.
I know.
Topic for a future episode is unboxing.
Okay. Unboxing what? Stuff in general?
Yeah, because we got a hang oh, we got
Oh, you haven't opened up those X-File figures
right.
yet?
Apples.
Oh, you got applesauce in there, or
Look
apple
at
juice.
that.
Is apple juice like the X-Files?
Yes. Um, no, I've got some X-Files action figures along with some X-Files magazines.
Oh. Are you going to get the X-File Lego set that just came out?
Yeah, I've got six of these. The Graveyard Queen thinks I could sell them for $10 each. That's on the high end. But topic for our future discussion is unboxing. And
Are you
we
are you going to get the X-Files Lego set that just came out?
I might have to do some live research as we speak.
It's
Because
it
yeah,
looks cool.
it is a coincidence that this week also the X-Files trailer just dropped for
Oh
a
yeah. A new cut
revised
of yeah.
cut. So I watched it. Like I'll
Oh,
obviously
the new version of the movie?
right.
Did that come out already or
The trailer did.
Oh, okay, the trailer.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna see it like because that's really cool. And they're not gonna I feel like they're not gonna release it for no reason. Like I feel
Right.
like it's gonna be significant.
You
Um
know, it's wild because if memory serves, um there was a theatrical version, then there was an extended cut on DVD, and then there was now this new cut. So they keep extending that second X-File movie with new
yeah.
cuts.
So I'm interested
I'd
because
watch it.
also like I really want to watch X-Files. So
Hey, that show was great when it was on.
yeah, and it looks so pleasant and to hear Gillian Anderson say just talk religion and science. It's like, yes, that's what we need. We need Gillian Anderson. She's doing real stuff like Broadway and Sex Education.
I know she's a real actress.
Yeah, we need to get her back to the fake stuff that doesn't make any money.
You know, they're making a new X-File show with
Yeah,
Ryan Coogler, so hopefully that'll be pretty good.
it'll be different, but cool.
All right,
Love these segments. I love segments.
let's see. Oh, it comes out next week, August 14th, 2026.
Okay, so there's not a lot of buildup.
Yeah, this is dumping this thing. An R-rated director's cut of the film I Want to Believe.
Yeah.
I'd
These
watch it.
are action figures from that time, from that movie.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Those are from the first movie, the Fight the Future.
yeah, the second one was I Want to Believe, yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I have the Mulder and Scully from those figures as well. They're part of my Halloween
Oh, sure.
decoration display. I remember buying them at a KB Toys on like clearance,
Yeah.
like way back in like 98, 99, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, sure, I'll take a Mulder and Scully.
Yeah. I'm sure that they are not worth much, but
Hey, if it's worth something to you, then that's all it needs to be worth.
yeah, like, do I really need two action figures of Mulder and Scully each
Yes.
with one dead body and
Yeah.
three aliens? Like, some of it is just going to get donated. Probably
Give
one
it
of the
give it give it
aliens.
to the give him to the ghoulie. The little ghoulie. I bet
She
she'll
is heavily invested in mermaids, unicorns, and cats. Heavily. She put all of her money into cats.
just say these are the X-Files, they investigate cat stuff.
And so, Mortal Kombat sequel. Um,
Yes.
they really weren't trying to make a quality movie.
Well, I'm going to disagree.
They
They're
knew
going to
their
try to make a
audience.
quality Mortal Kombat movie. And
Sure.
I think they largely succeeded in that regard.
Yes. Yes. There was enough funny in this, enough just just stuff that was really unique
Hmm.
to it. Really took me by surprise because I came into this open-minded. I really didn't have anything in mind. I really just came in here for Carl Urban because I was like, those trailers of him were great, and yes, like Carl Urban is just I'm gonna watch most everything that he's in. So
I liked it a lot as well. I remember enjoying the first one. I couldn't tell you a thing about it other than I remember there was no Mortal Kombat in the Mortal Kombat movie.
yeah,
Um, but I guess whatever criticisms people had about the first one, they rectified for the second one because
it was interesting to see the type of story that they told because it was a Mortal Kombat story with
right.
individual fights where people die
Hmm.
in a movie where it's supposed to represent reality.
Reality.
So I think that Kung Lao dying, the dark Kung Lao dying,
Oh, because
was
I think he was in the first one and was killed.
like him coming back as a
Yeah.
zombie was a good way of saying like, yes, we are dying in here, but like we will find a way to bring these characters back because this is a game.
Hmm. They
And if
always
we
come
want to
back.
bring a character back, we're not going to come up with something weird. Like we will find a reason to get them back. Well, not oh, people will be coming back for a weird reason, but it's I don't know the point that I'm getting at, but the deaths, the way that they treated the deaths was great. I will say that.
I enjoyed the fights. Again, I'm not big on the lore of Mortal Kombat, but I'm sure there's a lot of Easter eggs and things they put in there that Mortal Kombat fans will pick up, similar to how the Mario movies have had a lot of Easter eggs and things that Mario fans would pick up, like myself, like, oh, I know what they're referencing. I get that reference. I get it. Um, but like a few things I did notice, like I loved it how when Johnny Cage was fighting Katana the first time, and
Hmm.
like uh he was defeated, but he was just kind of sitting there, kind of like wobbling back and forth. Like, oh, I get it. That's like the game. It's like that
Right.
meme where you go like and point. Um, like, okay, I get what they're doing there. You know, I enjoyed the violence in this movie, as weird as it sounds, and it's weird. Me and violence in movies have a I should say me and gore in movies have uh I have mixed feelings about that because like
Sure.
sometimes if it's too realistic, it's kind of like, oh,
Yeah.
no, thank you.
Oh yeah.
But like this was like obviously very bloody, very gory. There's someone whose like head goes down on like a spitting saw and everything.
Yeah.
And but it was so like cartoony that like, or I'm just desensitized, I don't know.
No, because
But
it
it
was
worked. It wasn't like
stylized
ugh.
pleasantly. Yes,
It was
because
more like, "Ah, yeah, woo."
right, and I'm really glad that we can really distinct like a filmmaker can really make a movie more violent very easily by adding the amount of blood and the way
Hmm.
that the blood is put out. Um,
You almost need it for this movie.
right,
You know, it'd be awesome. Completely off topic, I'm sorry. But remember in the old, like the first couple of Mortal Kombat games, there's a code you could put in and it
sure.
would take the blood out.
Oh, sure, yeah,
I think it would be hilarious if on like the DVD or Blu-ray of this, there's like, remember when DVDs and Blu-rays used to have Easter eggs? There's like
yeah.
a cut in the movie where they remove the blood. Just as a joke, just as a joke. I don't, it's probably not
Yeah.
cost effective to do that, but I think I would be amused by that. That would be
I
funny.
I gotta say, like busting out DVD players is just the most frustrating thing because the difference between watching a DVD and streaming is just so distinct now because streaming you just play and go. With the DVD, you gotta switch it over. You got to um, get the DVD menu, go to DVD because mine has streaming options. You get to the main page with the non-skippable federal ads saying don't copy. You have trailers, and it's just like this is exhausting. And it's like it's no wonder just like we jumped onto streaming.
It's so convenient.
It makes it so fast. And DVDs just really show their age with it. Like
You know,
VHS, you really expect it, but you can manage it because you expect it and you can fast forward through it. DVDs, there really is no fast forwarding through
tougher.
the technical bullshit.
You're not wrong, but like there's a part of me who wants to get back into physical media because, if we don't, you can have Netflix or whatever, but if they take that movie off, well, there goes the movie you watching. Or what they're doing with Sony. I think we talked about this not that long ago, where you can have you could buy something, but then if Sony removes it off their thing, oh,
Mhm.
you bought it? Well, LOL. Nope, not yours anymore. Owning isn't owning.
Right. But I feel like there's already a revolt against it because like Steam is gaining power and a lot of games are on Steam that are making successes. And yeah, I feel like the number of people that are buying these new systems aren't really seeing the value in those systems anymore.
Could be. I don't know. I still want to go back to physical media.
Yeah,
They can't take that out of my hands.
I will forever have CDs in my car.
But anyway, getting back to Mortal Kombat. Um, again, this movie was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Not the highest end of movies, but it did what it needed to do, and I think it works to its advantage with that. Um, do you? What's the story? Gorehound, tell me what the story about was in Mortal Kombat 2.
Shao Kahn is the leader of the Netherworld,
I thought it was the
and
Outer World.
I don't know. You asked me. This is my story.
Fair enough. I should
So
have known.
Shao Kahn is the master of the Netherworld, and he kills family, um, and abducts Katana. And Shao Kahn takes Katana as his daughter. I don't know why, but that's what happens. Um, he says, "All right, I'm a good guy. I'm gonna open up the Mortal Kombat competition to everybody." And so I don't know who chooses all the participants, but basically he's like, "You get a chance to rule the Netherworld." Um, in the end, it comes to Katana winning the Mortal Kombat um, and taking control. All the while, we hear many stories of Liu Kang, Raiden, Kano, Johnny Cage, Sonya, Jax, Noob Saibot, a little bit of Scorpion, and cameos amongst them. Johnny Cage did not win Mortal Kombat. Katana did.
Mhm.
That was a pleasant surprise for me because I didn't. I wanted to. The thing about Mortal Kombat is the diversity in the characters. We get to see standouts and performances from all the different characters. In this, we got to see a lot of good performances from Luke Cage, a lot of good performances from, oh, well, one good performance from Baraka, but everybody kind of had their moment.
Mhm.
And like, we didn't need to see Johnny Cage win Mortal Kombat. That's part of why I loved it was that like he doesn't need to be the complete center of attention. He needs to have the spotlight on him at certain
He's
times.
like the comic relief. He does stuff to help save the day, but he's not the one really saving the day. It was Katana at the end there,
Right.
which you know more about Mortal Kombat than me, but I always thought Luke Kane was like the main
Lou
guy.
Lou Kane. Kane. Liu Kang.
Luke Kang.
Kang.
Luke
Yes, he
Kang.
is the winner of I think the canon Mortal Kombat first generation or whatnot. Um, yeah,
I
he's
felt
my Mortal
he's
Kombat winner.
he seemed like he was really sidelined in this movie.
Yes, because also I don't really remember a whole lot about the first one,
Nobody does.
other than the guy with the armor.
Cole Young.
I don't remember what his deal was. I don't remember where he's from. I know that
He,
he's not canon. I
yeah. So I do remember this. He is a descendant of Reptile, who was going to be a champion, but his power, instead of becoming the new Reptile, which would make sense, was this weird armor stuff.
right, like
And they must have learned their lesson that nobody liked this guy because they like just kill him off without like a second thought.
yeah, I was happy to see that. Um, I mean, he might come back, but I don't like normal characters in the Mortal Kombat universe. I want to see the weird ones. When Quan Chi was on the screen, I thought that was so cool. Quan Chi is also one of my favorites.
Which
Uh,
one's Quan Chi?
he's like the dark wizard guy who resurrects people.
Okay.
Um,
Oh, okay, okay.
right. One of my uh kind of memories as a child is playing Mortal Kombat around the time of Deadly Alliance. Um, playing Mortal Kombat all night long as Quan Chi fighting Shang Tsung with my friend. All night long, and in the morning I had to go to cross country practice, and we both went, ran like 3 or 4 miles, went home, and just we're just done. It was quite a memory. But yeah, Quan Chi, Shang Tsung, Deadly Alliance era. So
That's S tier for you with Mortal Kombat.
yes, for sure. Yeah, him. I was also a big fan of Kung Lao, the Liu Kang's brother,
Oh, okay.
who was the dead guy. Um, I played as him a lot.
I remember liking to play as Sub-Zero,
Yeah, classic.
but I mean, I'm pretty basic, I guess.
Right. Yeah, because yeah, you're a first generation Pokemon kind of guy. You don't
I remember playing. I never the only Mortal I've owned two Mortal Kombat games in my life. I think I still have one of them. The first one was I somehow got a Mortal Kombat Game Boy game. I remember playing it and being like, this is not good.
The
Like,
side-scrolling one.
no, I think it was like a tournament one, but like
Okay.
it's like on the small screen. It's just like it's not the same. It's
Sure.
not
Yeah.
good. The other one I got when I bought my N64, I bought it from a friend of mine who didn't want it anymore. And one of the games I got was Mortal Kombat 4.
Okay.
And I
First
remember, tr
time they did pivot.
yeah, and I remember trying to like play it. I'm like, I don't understand how this works, and
Yeah.
it never was my. I mean, I remember my buddy of mine when I was a kid. He got like every video game that came out, but I remember he had Mortal Kombat, and he brought it over to my house every now and again. We played it on the Genesis, and I remember enjoying that for what it was.
Right. Yeah, because I felt like around that time, Mortal Kombat as an entity really made the game more fun in a very particular way
Hmm.
that allowed people who were already kind of into it to make it easier for them to get into it, easier to learn the combos, easier to use like an alternate fighting style. They made it, they added options to make it easier for us. And eventually that did die out with more because it's very much a gimmicky thing. Every
Hmm.
new game is a new gimmick. Um,
Yeah. Well, you
and
gotta
you
keep things fresh.
you can only gimmick for so long until you really have to like revolutionize them. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, so there were other characters in this. I really did not care for Sonya or Jax. Um, I've never really cared for those characters.
They're just kind of there in this one.
Right, they're very just supporting. Um, Kano, I was really loving,
He was fun.
especially to see his face turn. That was fresh to think of Kano as a good guy. I
Seems like
like,
he's out for himself.
right. Because he is a really fun guy. He's fun to play as. He does like this cannonball fling forward thing. He does the laser thing with his eye. He's really fun. He's a fun character, especially when you start thinking of him as like an Australian kind of guy with a big
Hmm.
knife.
Is Kano Australian in the
I
games?
don't know. I think of him more as a rough and tumble mercenary.
Okay.
Um, um,
Um, yeah.
yeah, I did not really care for honestly most of the female characters in this. Katana was a bit bland. Sonya, I've never really felt for as a character, and Jade just seemed like way too much focus for a character that nobody played as.
I will say I like Katana. I thought she was fine character. Sonya Blade wasn't much of a character. I do remember her being more around in the first one. In this one, she just seemed like I'm going to be there and make snarky comments.
Right, she's
Um,
a military person who's able to really move a story forward with commands.
and then Jade, I was surprised how much she was in the movie, but I don't know. I didn't mind her. There were just a lot of characters in this film to begin with. Uh, if you think about it, because there's so much they had to service. They weren't going to be able to like get it all. So, eh.
hmm Queen Sindel, I really liked seeing her in there because she's a very classic character, and it really cemented who she is as a character. to see why she is bad. She's really just a held captive. So I really like that. But I mean, standout for me was Carl Urban as
Hmm.
Johnny Cage. Um,
I mean, he was hilarious. Like I like the scene where they're trying to talk to those weird guys with like the big teeth. What's the character's
yeah.
name?
Baraka.
Baraka. And like he's like just like insulting him. And he's like, "All right, fine, I'll fight, but I'm going to fight you." And it like totally backfired. And the rest of them are just, "Yeah, you're going to die." Like they're so nonchalant about it.
Right, but like that's also like the real like I don't want them to talk about it for long, but I also do want them to like acknowledge it.
Mm. Um, that yeah, he was a lot of fun. He definitely understood the assignment. Question for you though. I was confused about Johnny Cage and his power because I really feel the movie was going back and forth on what he was supposed to be doing. Like for example, he's supposed to he's said to be a good fighter, but then he's like, I don't know how to fight. I can't fight. Oh my gosh, how am I going to do it? And I say, you're an actor. You should act. He's like, oh yeah, and suddenly he magically knows how to fight again. Like I I don't like what happened there. Can you explain that to me?
Um, so he doesn't have that many moves, but he we did see his move at the end, and that delivered on what I wanted to see. He has
Right.
the shadow kick.
I guess I'm talking about when he was fighting Baraka, like he's running around like an idiot, and then he's like, "You're an actor, act." And he's like, "Yeah." He puts on his sunglasses, and suddenly he knows how to do all this martial arts like nobody's business. Like it was kind of like, well, where did that come from? I mean,
I like that their powers are vague and really just limited to whatever the game said that they have without any explanation.
to just go with it.
Right. And that is part of the fun is that nothing really changed. Like there was no montage of him learning his superpower
Right.
of the shadow kick, which I feel like was a bit underpowered. Like they shouldn't need everybody using their superpowers on this guy. Like the shadow kick should be enough. Um, yeah, I would have liked to see more of it, but like it made an impact for me because that was the move that I wanted to see if you are really putting Johnny Cage on the front cover.
Um, Another thing about this film that I stood out to me was the special effects were pretty good, except for when they were in like the that like nether realm hellish dimension. And there are some weird things in there that like, oh, this looks like really bad CGI to the point that is this a reference to like the 90s movie where there's a scene where a character gets like cut in half and goes like
Right.
and when they did that the CGI just looks so fake and not fake in a haha way like they ran out of money and this is the best they can do. And I remember I've never seen it, but I remember seeing clips of the old 90s Mortal Kombat movies and the CGI in that was probably good for its day, but terrible altogether. But
Yeah. You
uh,
remember when I think the scene that most people remember is, or at least the Mortal Kombat 2 with Reptile, where he gets like frozen to stone or something, and then it like all the bugs come out of him. I remember it distinctly as being like
the canon event.
so cool because they like mix like CGI and like real effects. But yeah, that was I felt like they were just kind of porting in a background from Mortal Kombat 3. and just doing fatalities and whatnot that way.
But other than that, I started watching it last night at 10:30. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to finish this movie. Let's see how far we get.
Yeah.
But I I was surprised how into it I got. Like how like focused and attention. I didn't fall asleep with it, which is always a good sign.
Right, because there were
And
enough references to keep us into it to really keep us intrigued because we're not
it
looking
moved.
we're not
It,
looking for a story.
yeah.
Like,
I think the story, it was enough of the story to hang the fights on. It made sense. And maybe because that first one did more of like the building up to it,
yeah,
this one could go hog wild because they established all the stuff. Maybe that was smart in the long run. I would be curious. I mean, I'm not going to do it anytime soon, but to watch one and two back to back, just to see how well they flow into one another.
sure.
Um, I can't believe this movie took like 6 years to make because the first one came out. Oh, well, I guess 5 years. The first one came out in
Okay.
2001 during the pandemic.
Okay.
And the second one came out like now, like 5 years later. I think
Sure.
it's why I feel like if they're going to do this, you have to hit when the iron's hot. And I don't know if that's one of the reasons why it didn't do so well because everyone forgot about the first one and they're like, who cares? But
I think actually I don't know why. Um, yeah, I don't have any explanation as to why it did it do good?
the first one,
No, this did this one do better than the first one?
maybe with critics, I have to look it up, but like
Okay.
box office wise, it bombed.
Okay. Because yeah, I mean they're not making movies for they're making movies for repeat watches. Um, because it's action packed and this is going to go to TV and I'm going to look forward to watching it in hotel rooms.
Um, did you notice that the movie at the very beginning it wasn't titled Mortal Kombat 2, it just said Mortal Kombat?
I
Like
did not.
I had to go back like wait, they didn't say 2. Like are they just doing a thing or are they trying to make you forget? At the end of the movie it called it Mortal Kombat 2, but like
Yeah.
are they just trying to make you forget that the
It's a Mortal
movie
Kombat production. Yeah.
it was very interesting. It
Yeah.
was after the fight with what's her name? Katana's
Katana.
Katana's
Yeah.
dad and when Shadow Khan or whatever the hell his name is uh took over that dimension.
Mhm.
So I liked it. Would I rush to see it again? No. But I don't think it was an hour, 2 hours wasted.
Yeah, yeah, I do want to say the inclusion of I don't know why there's Bihan is because there was no Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero is resurrected as Noob Saibot. Um, are you familiar with that reference, Noob Saibot?
Nope.
So Noob Saibot is Boone Tobias, the creator's
Uh-huh.
names backwards.
Oh.
So this is Noob Saibot is actually a dual character. I don't get it, but two characters. Smoke is his alternate, and Noob Saibot is the ninja guy. But it's supposed to be more of like a gimmick character because it references them, and it's kind of like the opposite of uh, Scorpion and Sub-Zero. So really, I really love that fight sequence because I know just how they fight in the video games, where it's like tagging in and out.
So they translated that pretty good to the movie.
Yes, I think so.
All right.
So, but yeah, Mortal Kombat 2, I really enjoyed watching this movie. I'm going to watch it again, but not before watching Dread,
I should
because
watch that again. I remember liking that one when it came out.
as much as I like Carl Urban, he was great in this. Um, I watched it, and I don't really have that much of a drive to watch ridiculous action movies anymore. I really like weird stuff, and this
Like,
isn't really that weird.
but so this got it out of your system, right?
I was very yes, I enjoyed. Yeah, yeah. So
All right. Well, agreed. I enjoyed it too. I thought it was fun. Again, good enough for a watch, not enough to be like go back, but I'm sure if you're a huge Mortal Kombat fan, you're gonna love it. So,
yeah.
all right. Was that all we got? That all we gotta say? Got anything else to put on the Barbie?
That's all. That's that's all, folks.
That's all, folks. Da-da-da-da. I think I did a Woody Woodpecker thing there, but
Yeah,
he wasn't Looney Tunes.
yeah. So,
All right.
um, yeah. I suppose we could talk about what a Mortal Kombat 3 would look like, but
Yeah, because the Mortal Kombat's done. The bad guy is defeated. Where do you go from there?
there's plenty of other villains to explore. Um, Katana's the leader of the Netherworld. You know, there's a woman in charge. There's going to be some rebellion.
Do they do that in the games?
I don't know, but there's always a villain.
All right. Well, we'll see if they make a third one. This one didn't do so hot, but I guess it all depends on how well it does on streaming. So
That's true. That's true.
there's always the original 90 ones, the 90s ones. There we go. I can't talk.
Yeah, I'm not running to watch that. I think
I've never seen them. So,
I've got something better to watch. So, and I feel like that one's great for watching the individual scenes. Because I find that that's what I'm doing a lot now is instead of just watching entire movies, going back to those scenes that I really think of. That is why I'm watching it.
all right.
Um,
All right, well, let's wrap this up then. Gorehound, thanks for joining tonight. It's been a blast. And for all of you listening, thanks for listening. And until next time, you have yourself a wonderful day. You've been listening to the all new Culture Cast. Drop us a line at nick.culturecast@gmail.com. We can't promise we'll read it. Theme music by Dana Vodovaz. Check out their work on YouTube at Vodovaz Music Productions. This has been a Saltwater production. Thanks for listening.
I don't have any X-Files shirts or whatnot, but
Well, you got like a week and a half to get some whenever
and
we
I
do this.
suppose I've got four. The cat is still here. Apples.
Maybe you should
You
name the
weren't
cat Scully.
you weren't expecting to be on camera, were you?